I have just read the award-winning novel Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Written in 2014, it mimics much of what we have experienced during the pandemic COVID-19. However, Station 11 has twists and turns that kept me engaged and not wanting to put it down. So it's a few years in the future, and things are going just as one would expect. We go to see a play, King Lear. The lead actor, Arthur Leander, tumbles to the floor in the first act. In the audience, Javine runs up on stage to assist, but the actor cannot be revived. Standing close by is a child actor named Kirsten. Afterwards, Javine is walking through a park on his way home. He receives a call from a doctor friend of his who urgently warns him to leave the city. The flu that has been on the news is turning into a global pandemic, and it is killing people. I mean, killing them fast. You're exposed. You have symptoms within 2 to 3 hours. You are dead within 24 hours. Hospital staff have unknowingly exposed themselves to a highly contagious virus are dropping in the hallways of the hospital like flies. Now the story shifts 20 years in the future. There is no internet, no phone, no water runs when you turn on the tap. There's no refrigeration, no gasoline. Nothing is left of our modern conveniences. The Georgia flu, as it is named, has killed 99% of the population of Earth. There is a traveling symphony that has been running on a 2-year circuit of the Great Lakes area, performing plays and symphonies. The child actor Kirsten has joined the troupe. She is the lead in one of the troupe's favorite plays, King Lear. The story switches back. Arthur Leander is alive and in his dressing room. One of his many ex-wives visits, and she brought 2 copies of her pet project, a graphic novel named Station 11. When she leaves them on the coffee table. Kirsten, the child actor, knocks on his door. She sees the books and is excited by the pictures. Arthur gives her one of the novels. Seeing how much the novel seemed to give Kirsten joy, Arthur decides to send the other book to his 8-year-old son. The story goes back and forth. And those are not the only storylines in the novel. They're just the main ones. The survivors are living much like our forefathers did. Life has reverted and our culture has faded, simply because there are not enough souls on Earth to maintain the infrastructure. The traveling symphony is journeying along their usual track when they come to a town they have visited in the past. Something is very different. No children run out to greet them. There's no one in the streets. It is eerily quiet. They set up to do their usual performance, feeling uneasy about it. People come out and sit to watch. They, too, are still and quiet. The audience is joined by a rather tall, striking-looking fella wearing a long robe. The troupe learns this is the impetus of the change in town. He is called the Prophet, and like any good megalomaniac, he has many wives. No one is allowed to refuse him, so he just takes whatever and whomever strikes his fancy. And he has chosen one of the troupe players. One of the things I like about this book is it's hard to classify. It is not really science fiction because it doesn't include anything about science. If anything, it is the opposite. It is not post-apocalyptic like we have been taught to expect from the media, Mad Max and Walking Dead kind of thing. People in this version have come together to try to hold on to our culture, to keep intact what remains of our civilization. They are mostly cooperating and not competing. This very sense of community is what has allowed our species, Homo sapiens, to survive over millennia when so many other Homo species have gone extinct.